Hello and welcome back to Physical Science Online Edition. Today I'm going to be briefly discussing / explaining our Waves of Our Lives project, taking the time to give some extra explanation for this since it is a summative project. This summative project is based on BP4 from our learning target sheet. Very loosely, because it's a project base, really how you get to all of those individual BPs is normally by us sharing out, which may or may not happen depending on if you're in person, schedules and stuff like that. So this year is a little bit different, but you're still going to do a project on waves directly using all of our knowledge, BPs 1 through 3, to describe a wave in your life. The pun, if you don't get it because you're getting a little out of it, is a Waves of Our Lives. It's kind of like Days of Our Lives. It's a drama show. I think it's still going, actually. I don't watch TV in the mornings that often to know if it is, but it used to. I think it still is. So here's the basic rundown. You do have a rubric. I'll show the rubric in just a second. But basically, you're going to pick one of these wave sources. One of these things. Pick something that resonates with you. Reconnaissance, resonate, just makes sense to me. Can be any of these. These are some great topics. If you're in class, we'll try to make sure students don't pick the same topics. VLA or online might not matter as much. I just don't like seeing the same thing over and over and over again. And if you have something after looking through this list that you really want to do, that you have an extra interest in that isn't from this list, just talk to me. Talk to me and we can see if that would work, form a question, because this is not only is this your topic, but then it would be your question. Like if I go to music here, why do musical instruments from different families produce different pitches? That's what your presentation is going to be on. You're going to answer that question as you go through your presentation. That's some of your rubric points, is to answer that question about the waves on top of all the other stuff. Okay. Rubrics. Rubrics are important. I think I've said this in class a few times, but especially for a summative test, rubrics are how you get points. So if you follow this rubric, if you check off every single thing from this rubric, you're almost guaranteed these summative points. It's kind of like cheating. You hit these points, you will get it no matter what. There is no, A, B, C, or D or short answer. It's if you do this stuff, you get the points. So your presentation has to fit this rubric. It has to have the type of waves with all the standards to get full 3 out of 3 points. It has to have interesting facts. It has to answer that question. The question is from our question list, project list. It has to have a professional appearance, and it has to have the visuals, count it, video and pictures. So you have to then have some sort of video embedded. Or there is option number 2, you can do a poster. You can do a poster, and here's the rubric for that. Basically, it's a diagram instead of a video on top of some pictures and a couple other things. But you can do a poster. If you're in person, of course, that'd be a lot easier. If you got poster paper at home, you could do it if you wanted to. So use this rubric to get full points. I will be putting out an example of a person that did a video. So once again, if you have an idea, you want to do a video instead of like just a Google Slides, if you want to make a video of you doing it, we do have options. If you don't like Google Slides, there's this site called Prezi that I'll link, where you basically do an online poster with embedded videos and stuff like that. You have quite a few options, but your main point is to make sure you hit everything on this rubric and talk to me if you have any questions. I'll be checking in, but a lot of this is going to be on your own. So I hope that explains our project, stresses the fact that it is super important, that it is a summative assignment on BP4, how waves affect our lives. There you go. Good luck, and ask questions as needed.